The LeBold Mansion in Abilene, Kansas.
The real-life haunted house
Has a long and spooky history in the state.
They're all around us, everywhere that we go.
It sounded like it was on the cans.
Honestly, did sound like someone hit the can.
Yeah.
Something tapped on one of those cans.
What was that?
What was that?
Oh, I just got the worst chills, dude.
It was listen,
Yeah.
and then it was a voice repeating like the same thing.
Yeah, that's such a strange voice.
I don't know what that is.
I don't think you've ever heard
bizarre.
of. Yeah, I've never heard a voice like that.
It just felt like someone touched my hand.
Really?
Dude, that was so weird.
The history of the LeBold Mansion begins in 1856 when Timothy Hersey moved to an area known as Mud Creek in Kansas. He would build a log cabin for him and his family, but then it'd get burnt down by what were known as hostile Native Americans. He would then create a dugout for him and his family to live in, and his wife Elizabeth would give birth to the first settler in the area. They would rename it Abilene, and they would actually make a stagecoach stop in this area for travelers going through Abilene, Kansas.
President Lincoln officially gave them the land in 1861. However, the town would not be incorporated until 1869, when banker Conrad LeBold from Ohio and his partner Jacob Augustine would purchase the town site from C.H. Thompson and Joseph McCoy.
Mr. LeBold served as the mayor of Abilene for 2 terms, and then he also served as a treasurer for Dickinson County and as a Kansas State Assemblyman. To solidify his reputation as the founder of Abilene, he purchased the original Hersey property and built this beautiful mansion on top of the original dugout, which you can still see in the basement today. He built the mansion in 1880, and then he went bankrupt in 1889.
After LeBold filed bankruptcy, the house would exchange hands a number of times, even sitting abandoned for a short period of time before becoming a boarding house for young female operators of the United Telephone Company, which would later become the company Sprint. By 1930, it was an orphanage for young boys with a classroom up in the attic, and it would serve this purpose all the way until 1940, when it would transition again to an apartment building. It would stay an apartment building from 1940 all the way until 1970.
The house fell into a state of disrepair up until 1974, when Merle Vaschels purchased the house and began restoring it. In the year 2000, 2 Victorian-era restorationists, Gary Ushak and Larkin Mayo, purchased the house and began actually putting wallpaper in it, about $750,000 worth. 10 years later, they would also leave the house and move back to New York.
The house would then again fall into abandonment, with many owners making a go at it, bankruptcies, and just exchanging hands over the last few years. The current owner, Joseph Tatner, bought it in 2021 and began restoring the property back to its former glory. He's put in a lot of work, and he's opened it for historical tours, paranormal investigations, and even a Halloween haunted house that attracts many visitors to the mansion to this day.
The LeBold Mansion is said to have inspired the house from the Addams Family, and with over 140 years of history, it's bound to have some ghost stories. There's many reports of disembodied voices, shadow figures, disembodied footsteps, and objects moving on their own. And you guys are about to see what we experienced during our stay at the most haunted house in Abilene, Kansas, the LeBold Mansion. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're at a very unique location with the LeBold Mansion in Abilene, Kansas.
Shout out to our good friend Riley, who hooked us up with this spot tonight, guys. She has been a long-time Haunted Nights fan, a good friend of ours, so thank you Riley for setting this up for us. Such an amazing history here at this house. I'm excited to get inside and kind of see what unfolds because there's so many different layers here.
Yeah, the history goes all the way back to the Wild West. It served as an orphanage, it served as apartments. There's so much history that we have to uncover. I think we need to get inside and see who wants to talk to us.
Let's do it. All right guys, we're starting out down here in the basement now. This area is very interesting because it has the Fallout room where he's designed it to look like the game Fallout, but he said a lot of activity in there. Directly behind me is the dugout. So this is the oldest part. This is where the story starts for LeBold Mansion. And of course we have the movie theater over here, which is possibly where this person may be buried that was murdered here.
Yeah, the crazy thing about the dugout too, that's where Abilene starts in general.
Yeah.
It dates all the way back to the 1850s.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of history just in this basement alone. The chairs in the theater are actually from a very historic theater in Kansas City. So even those could be haunted.
Yeah, we've got a lot of different antiques and artifacts throughout the house that are kind of stirring up activity. We have stuff blanketing this entire basement. We have millimeters, REM pods in the dugout, the Fallout room, the theater. We're gonna do EVPs down here. We thought that would be a good way to start tonight and try to make contact because this place has been investigated a decent amount of times, but not that frequently. So we want to see if we can make contact with some EVPs.
Yeah, they might not be used to these devices, so we can try to, break them in a little bit.
Yeah, let's just get into it and see what we can get up here.
Yeah, let's do it. So really quick, my name is Dylan. This is Steve. We have some devices set up that will hopefully allow us to talk to you. We understand that a few teams have been through here. You probably recognize these devices. If you get close to them, touch the top of them, walk by them, they should light up and make some noise. Let us know that you're here.
We're just here to talk to you. We mean you no disrespect, we mean you no harm. You're not in trouble, you don't have to leave.
We love the history of the house, all the artifacts that have been brought in. We'd like to tell your story, learn a little bit more about the house, your life here.
There's been a lot of work done on the house over the last handful of years. Do you like that?
There's noise in there.
What was that?
Something was on the cans. There's noise in there.
What was that?
Something was on the cans. There's noise in there.
What was that?
Something was on the cans.
It honestly did sound like something hit the cans.
Yeah.
Sounded like something tapped on one of those cans. He says this is one of the most active rooms too.
Yeah. Can you make that noise again? You just tap on one of the cans. There's also a device. There's also a device. There's also a device on the bed in there. If you get close to it, it'll light up, make noise, just like we were talking about.
We also have devices that should be able to record your voice. Because we can't always hear you and we can't always see you. I don't know if you know that's how it works. But these should make it easier. I have one, Dylan has one. Little gray boxes in our hands. All you have to do is come up to them and speak as loudly and as clearly as you can. And we should be able to hear your voice and whatever you have to say to us, okay? They're not gonna hurt you. We're not gonna hurt you. This is just a way to communicate. We're gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna go stand up here by the front.
I'll chill right here.
He's gonna stand back here. We're gonna count to 3 and it's gonna be your turn to talk, okay? We're not gonna ask you any questions. This is just for you. Whatever you wanna say to us, now is your chance, all right? So on the count of 3, come up to this device in my hand or the one in Dylan's hand and just give us whatever message you may have. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. All right. Let's see how the first EVP session goes here.
I mean, mine recorded for 17 seconds.
Okay.
So,
Should have picked up something then.
yeah,
Let's see.
hopefully.
What is that?
It's really
Hold on.
vocal, yeah. It's a lot
It's
of
like
talking.
whispering.
Yeah.
I couldn't really make it out. I honestly almost thought I heard like, "Are you afraid?" or "Are you our friend?"
Right.
I heard each like one time each time I played it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I couldn't tell if it was "Are you afraid?" or "Are you our friend?"
It was like a full-on conversation.
It's just
though.
whispering.
Yeah.
It's very vocal. It's breathy.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it out though.
It's really weird. See if this one picked up anything different.
What was that? Play that one more time. It honestly almost sounds like it says, "Help me get out of here." Like,
Get out of here.
yeah, help me get out of here.
Whoa, that was weird.
What is that?
That was really weird. Now that's going off.
That's the REM. And then it just stops.
Are you stuck in the dugout?
So again, guys, that's where the house, they dug out the ground because the Native Americans kept burning down their house when
Yeah.
they first got out here.
Yeah.
And then it goes off again. Okay.
This is like our first investigation of The Conjuring, though.
Yeah.
We talked about the natives on the land.
And
we got
the
really
REM
good
pod stuff
activity.
comes off, right. All right. Are you here from that time period? Were you here when they burnt down the house?
That's
That's
crazy.
insane. Okay, thank you. Can you step back so it stops?
That's maxing out.
Step back.
Thank you.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah. So just to confirm, you're here from the 1850s? That's insane.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, step back. Come over towards us so it stops making that noise. Okay, we can keep asking you questions. You're doing great.
Thank you.
It's really
That's
impressive, actually.
nuts.
It's really
Yeah.
cool.
Can you set off the one in the dugout? It works exactly the same. It's just on the floor.
He has a lot of grandfather clocks also, guys. That's upstairs.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, can you step back, please? Thank you. Were you the one? Okay.
It's maxing it out, though.
Yeah, it really is. Can you step back? You're doing great. I know we keep asking you to step back, but this is the best way for us to communicate right now.
That's gotta be so frustrating.
Well, it's like, as soon as we hear that really weird voice on yours, too, is when it started going on.
Yeah.
Were you the one that built the dugout? Okay, you're doing, it's like almost like they're figuring out, okay, this is
what this does.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you build the dugout? Did you dig out the ground there to live in? Okay. Go ahead and step back now, okay? Step back. Thank you. It's insane.
So you were one of the first settlers of Abilene?
They were the ones that named it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Awesome. Thank you very much. We're going to stay down here for a little bit and talk to you, okay? We're going to keep playing this back so we can listen to it. But then we'll ask you some questions if you want to communicate. Is that okay? If it is, can you set that off again? That's insane.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. Go ahead and step back for us and we can play this back. Thank you. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's really cool. Let's see what it's got. That's
What
so
is that?
weird. That's...
I don't know what that is.
No. That's such a strange voice.
I don't know what that is. That's
I don't think I've
super
ever heard
bizarre.
Yeah, I've never heard a voice like that.
And that just all of a sudden doesn't stop now?
Right.
As soon as we catch that voice, this starts going off nonstop and it hasn't stopped since. But it's interesting because like we stopped paying attention to it to start playing that back again. And went off a few more times we were playing it back.
And now it's done.
And now it's just done.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we got to ask more questions because you got a super clear voice. Like it's very
Right.
clear, but it's different than the one I was catching.
Right. And I don't think I've ever heard a voice like that on the DR60.
No, that was weird. It was a weird like tone.
It's like a deep like male voice,
Yeah.
and it's I can't tell if it's like whispering or if it's just far away, but
it sounded like you got some clear stuff over here.
Yeah.
I had something over here, but not super clear. So why don't we do a couple rounds, right? Let's do a round of questions in the fallout room, and then maybe we can move up and do a round of questions in the dugout.
Yeah.
Because that's completely two different histories. This wasn't here.
Right.
Right? Like just the dugout was. So let's go back over there.
Yeah.
Let's do some questions, and then we'll move back up towards the dugout.
Go from there.
See, because like I don't know what that could have been.
No, and the can too.
Yeah, that's true. We heard the noise sound like the can moved. That's very true.
So I don't know who's lurking around in here.
Was it you?
If that gets up and starts walking, I'm also walking out the door.
I'm running.
Yeah.
So you walk all you want.
I don't
running.
run. I don't do that.
All right. Well. Oh, scared
Careful.
myself. Scared myself. All right. So whoever's in here speaking, we heard you. We couldn't quite make out what you were saying. So we're going to come in here. We're going to ask you some questions now. Okay. So come up to these devices. Speak as loudly and as clearly as you can. Also, guys, that is a casket in there. And that was used once. It was used to transport a body from overseas back here. So who knows? But we're going to ask some questions in here and we'll go from there. Ready?
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3. Who just spoke to us? Can we have your name?
Are you afraid of us?
Are you able to say Abilene?
Do you know who owns this house now? Can you say his name?
One, two, three. Let's see. Yep. Let's see if they are aware. Because that's the thing we kind of been running into in these last few places. Like, they're aware of still what's going on.
Right.
So they're able to answer these questions that apply to today, even and their stuff from back then.
Right. So it's not just like they're in a separate timeline where everything's different.
Right.
Like they're cognizant of what's happening here.
Right.
It's interesting.
Let's see.
Who just spoke to us? Do you have your name? Are you afraid of us? Are you able to say Abilene? Do you know who owns this house now?
Play that back right there again. That last whisper.
Abilene? Do you know who owns
Really quiet.
It's like right at the end. It's not the louder things. It's like Apple. It's like underneath it.
Abilene? You know who owns this house now? Can you say his name?
Something out there's going
Yeah,
on.
there was a response. It was quiet,
Yeah.
but there's.
See what this one goes.
Who he spoke to? Do you have a name? Are you afraid of
What
him?
is that?
I don't know.
Who he spoke to? Do you have a name? Are you afraid of him? Are you able to say
Oh, it's like a full
What
sentence.
is that?
who he spoke to? Do you have a name? Are you afraid of him? Are you able to
Play that
say
back.
who he spoke to? Do you have a name? Are you afraid of him? Are you able to say Abilene? Do you know who owns this house now? Can you say his name?
There's literally talking after every single one though.
Yeah.
And it's a clear, it's vocal. It's
Right.
a clear voice. It's not, oh, I think it's a voice. It's a clear voice. We just
Right.
can't make out exactly what it's saying. Like that middle one almost sounded like something about like just a little kid or I'm just a kid.
But again, if they're not used to investigators coming in here,
Right.
maybe they don't know how to
Right.
channel correctly
Right.
or whatever.
I don't know. It's weird because like again, it has so many layers here, right? It was obviously a house. It was an orphanage at one point.
Yeah.
It housed single female workers from the phone company. Like this
Yeah.
has had many uses over the years.
Yep. And
So we don't know who we're talking to.
This is where T-Mobile started, and now my service sucks.
Look at that.
So thank you, T-Mobile. Very cool.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored at all.
Not sponsored. Yeah, I don't know. So clear voices in here again. Just can't make out exactly what they're saying.
Yeah.
Something was going off out there. I think it was
Right.
the REM or a Mel.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we go. It's so hard because I want to do another one in here because it was
Right.
so clear, right?
And-
Like there's definitely voices.
There seems to be some sort of poltergeist activity too. If
Right.
they're interacting with the cans that are
Hitting
set
a
up.
can or something.
Obviously, those cans were
Right.
not there when this was in operation.
That would've
as an
been
apartment.
weird.
That would have been weird. Yeah.
I almost want to do one more in here before we go to the
Dugout?
Dugout, but like
Yeah.
the dugout is such an integral part of the history here too.
Right.
So it's like it's so hard because we have so much ground to cover, guys. There's 3 more floors above us. There's 3 more floors. A bunch of different spots we want to hit. The top floor still got the original chalkboard for the orphanage, so we're definitely going to go up there. Let's do another one in here.
Yeah.
And then we can go do one by the dugout.
Yeah.
Let's just see, because there's something in here. There's
Right.
something in this room. Step back over here by the casket, I guess. So the casket's here, and this is the original boiler from the 1800s as well. They don't use this one anymore. There's another one behind it that they use, but this is the original stuff. So, all right, you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Whoever's in here speaking to us, we can hear you. Can we please have your name?
Can you tell me what it says on the door right there in front of me?
Can you say LeBold Mansion?
Do you like when people come to talk to you?
One, two, three. All right. I really want those cans to move.
That'd be neat.
It'd be really cool.
I'd cry a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Whoever is speaking to us, we can hear you. Can we please have your name? Can you tell me what it says on the door right there in front of me? Can you say LeBold Mansion? Do you like when people come to talk to you?
Not super clear again. I feel like yours have been picking up clear stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're over by the door or because I mean that's where you were standing the first time too.
Right.
So I don't know. Let's see what yours got.
See what we got.
Whoever is speaking to us, we can hear you. Can you please have your name? Can you tell me what it says on the door right there in front of me? Can you say LeBold Mansion?
Oh yeah, it says LeBold.
Yeah.
Tell me what it says on the door right there in front of me. Can you say LeBold Mansion?
It's like LeBold Mansion.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's like yes.
Yeah.
You like people come talk to you? Yes.
LeBold was so clear though.
Yeah, it's like LeBold and Mansion.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Move out towards the dugout.
let's go towards the dugout. See if we can make contact with somebody out there before we move upstairs because we got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
Let's see. And again, this is where the REM was going off before too.
Right. That's what's so difficult. It's like as you said before, there's so many layers to the haunting.
Right.
It's like an onion.
We don't know. All right, Shrek. We don't know who we're talking to.
Right.
Let's see. All right, so we're gonna step into the dugout here, step around the REM pod, and let's see. Let's see what we can get in here. I wonder if yours will be any clearer because you're still out farther.
Right.
But I mean, this is where the history of this entire town started.
And how the entire weight of the house sits right above you.
Neat.
It's crazy.
Awesome. All right, let's ask some questions.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Can you tell me who lived down here?
What letter does your last name start with?
What year did you dig this hole out?
Can you say one of our names back to us?
One, two, three. All right, step out of here quick.
Let's play this back. All right.
Can you tell me who lived down here? What letter does your last name start with? What year did you dig this hole out?
Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord.
What was that?
That was loud.
I don't know what that was.
No. All right.
What? It's telling me something just smacked something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it hit the door. Like the door to the...
That's pretty close.
That's kind of what
Again,
it,
though. It's,
honestly, that's kind of what it sounded like.
Yeah.
It sounded like something just hit that sign on the door.
that sucks.
Literally, it sounded like something just went.
Where?
That's actually kind of wild.
And it happened right next to the cans again.
Right. It's all drawn down to here, which he said this is one of the most active spots in the entire house.
Right.
Was this room.
That's so weird. The activity we've already experienced is nuts.
It's weird. It's like
We've gotten
REM pod, EVPs, voices that we've never caught like that before.
Yeah.
Sounds like something hit the cans. Sounds like something hit the door.
It's weird.
I don't know. Let's play yours back.
Yeah.
Can you tell me who lived down here? What letter does your last name start with? What year did you dig this hole out? Can you say one of our names back to us?
Nothing too clear.
But again, we were
Leads us
getting all
down
the clear
here.
stuff down here, and that's where the bang is.
Yeah. That's weird.
This is a bizarre start. It's a bizarre house, a lot of history, and again, something that hasn't been covered a lot before. So
Right.
I'm interested to see what we get as we move up throughout the house. We have 3 more floors to cover. We're gonna do an Estes, more EVPs, all kinds of stuff, spirit talkers. So
Yep.
let's get moving. Let's get up the stairs and see if we can get up there.
Yeah, so. Really quick guys, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you drop down below and give us a like, because if we get 3,000 likes on this video, we're gonna head to the LeBold Mansion. So guys, drop a like. Let's get back in the investigation. Alright guys, so we moved upstairs. We're going to be doing an Estes here in the vampire room. So originally this was Conrad LeBold's room. He lived in here, and the nursery is also connected right here. So we have a static dome set up over there. See if any kids in there want to play with the static dome. But Conrad was known to actually stay in this room and watch over Abilene and see it kind of develop, because he was the one who financed basically the founding of Abilene. So we're going to do the Estes in here and see if he wants to talk.
Let's do it. They did say this is one of the more active rooms in the house as well. He's pretty prevalent in here. Static dome here. I'll show you guys the nursery quick. Bunch of creepy, creepy old toys. Rocking horse, carousel, little barn. There's a creepy doll over there in that carriage. So we'll see if anything wants to interact with us in here.
Hi.
Hi.
Something you.
Can you see us? Are you able to see?
We're going?
Where are you going? Are you leaving?
Wait. Abilene.
Are you from Abilene?
Hi.
Hi. Who are we speaking with so I know who to address?
The home?
We're speaking with the home. Did you build the home?
I'm using it.
You're using the home.
Are you ready?
Ready for what? Are you gonna do something?
There's like a male voice that keeps coming through, but I can't really make it out.
Is this Conrad? Are we talking to Conrad LeBold?
Can you feel it? That was a really long sentence. It was like, can you feel it? I did, and then I got cut off.
We can feel your energy. Where are you?
Me?
Yeah. Where are you in the room?
So like a female voice, it was like, talk to me.
Okay, we'll talk to you. Can I have your name?
Male voice sound like we're out front.
Okay, so I asked if they're in the room and they said we're up front, and the female voice says talk to me. We'll talk to whoever wants to talk. We're here just to communicate. It doesn't matter who it is. We're here to learn your story. Are you happy that they've restored the mansion back to how it was?
It sounded like a female voice said, yeah.
Okay, I would be too. It's a beautiful home.
Something said school's in, something.
Well, when the orphanage was here, they had a classroom upstairs. They had a school.
They're on their own.
Are you here from the orphanage days? Is that what the house was used for when you were here? It's okay, we want to talk to whoever's here.
So that said Conrad.
Okay. So Conrad's here.
In here.
Do you mind that we're here? Or do you want
Who
your
are
house?
these people?
Who are these people? My name's Steve. Dylan's the guy out there in the chair. Anything you say to Dylan, he will repeat to me. You seem like you kind of already know that. You've been doing good. We're allowed to be here. We're helping restore the house by donating money to it. We just want to talk to you. That's it. We mean no disrespect. You don't have to leave. You're not in trouble. We mean no harm. I know it's probably a little weird having people in your house that you don't recognize.
Dead?
We're not sure. If you're dead, if we're dead, we're not really sure how it works yet. We believe that you may have passed on, but that may not be the case. Are you...
Help me?
What do you need help with?
Found.
What did you find? Again, we're not sure. Are you...
Another voice said help me, but it was like really strained.
Did something happen here? There's rumors that somebody may have been killed and buried in the
Help
basement.
me.
Killed and buried in the basement.
Theater?
Yeah, oh my God, that's okay. So if the person was killed and buried in the basement, where the theater is the only spot in the basement that it could be, because there's about a 2-foot gap between the floor and the original dirt floor. Everywhere else down
Where'd we?
you couldn't have buried somebody. The rooms weren't big enough. There's not enough dirt flooring to do it. The only spot to do it in the basement would have been in the theater. Is that true? Was somebody killed and buried in the basement? Did they dig a hole in the basement and bury somebody that they had killed? And where the theater is now? We want to know. Nobody's going to be in trouble for whatever happened. It's too long ago. We just want to know the truth. Was somebody killed and buried in the basement?
Lawless?
Well, okay. What if What if whoever was killed and buried down there was before the house was here, when it was the Native American land, and when they had just the dugout here?
It's like a kid crying.
Because where the theater is now would have just been grass, would have just been land. Somebody could have been killed and buried back there well before the house was here.
Please.
That would make sense. Was somebody killed when this was a lawless town? And there was no authority, no rules? Was somebody killed and buried on the property before the house was even here?
There's like a male and female voice going back and forth. I can't make it out though.
You can tell us, it's okay. You can trust us. Who was killed?
I'll die.
You'll die. So you think you'll die if you tell? Are you snitching on somebody? Do you think it's like snitching? I really want to get to the bottom of that because he's trying to figure out too if that really happened. Because again, where the theater is, if the house was here, that's the only spot it could have been. But if it was before the house was here?
So I said no something.
If it was before the house was here, it could have been anywhere on the property. Is there somebody buried on this property somewhere?
You know me.
We're going to be moving soon. We have a lot of spots to go to, so we're not going to spend all night up here. So if you want to talk, now's your chance.
From the other.
You know me?
So I said time.
You know me and from the other time. We've never been here before. How do we know you? Where do we know you from? Are you from somewhere else that we've been?
Follow me.
Follow you? Where do you want us to follow?
They want to.
Where do you want us to follow you? Where are you going?
You're dead?
I'm dead? We doing this again? Am I dead to you? Do you think I'm a ghost?
So I said you're dead again.
Okay. If I'm dead to you, what year is it? We're gonna be moving. We're gonna go upstairs to the attic.
That was a really weird, it was like laughing. It was like the same deep male voice, just like laughing.
Will you follow us to the attic and talk to us up there? We're gonna try some different things up there, some different equipment that might make it easier for you to talk to us. Are you willing to go upstairs with us? What do you think?
You're leaving.
We're gonna leave this area, yes. We're gonna leave this room and we're gonna go upstairs, one floor, to where the school was for the orphanage, to the attic. Is that okay? Will you come with us? It's been a weird session because they're touching on the possibility of somebody being buried on the property. And I guess I never even thought of it being from before the house was here, which is possible. So that makes more sense. So I really want to get to the bottom of that. Who's buried out here? Were they killed or was it something else? Why are they buried here? So I don't know, but I want to go upstairs where the orphanage classroom was. The original chalkboard's up there. I want to try spirit talk up there and some more equipment. See if we can make contact with any of the little orphanage boys that were here because he said that's one of the most active spots and they're always hearing stuff up there. Kids running around, kids talking. So I'm going to pull Dylan out. We're going to go upstairs and make contact with them. We're ready. Are you ready? Are you coming with us? I don't know. It's weird. This place is so weird. We've had a lot of strange activity so far. I'm excited to get upstairs. So let's pull him out and let's get upstairs.
Know what you want? Good Lord.
That was a good one.
That was.
That was a good jump. Okay, that was weird. It was weird.
So it makes sense.
Yes and no, right? It was kind of sporadic, but the things that were making sense lined up about the possibility of somebody being buried here, right? So when I was talking about that, like, hey, was somebody buried in the basement? Was there a murder? And you go, theater. I said, well, that was the only place it could have been happening.
With the dirt floor, yeah.
If there was a house here. And then I thought, and then you said something else, and I thought about, well, what if it was before the house was here?
Right.
It could have been anywhere on the property.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, it could have been, if just the dugout was here, it literally could have been anywhere on the property.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be just when the house was here. And so we started talking about that, and it was like, they wouldn't tell me what happened.
Right.
They wouldn't tell me who it was, or if it was a murder, or who did it. You talked about the boys at one point, so I said, oh, maybe the orphanage, something happened with that. Then you kept saying dead. You said, I'm dead. And I said, oh, am I dead to you? What year is it? And you just kept saying dead, dead, dead.
That's where it got really weird too,
Right.
because I said I think I said over and then hereafter.
Yeah.
Like immediately I thought of the Overland Trail.
Right.
Which,
Okay.
this is the Old West basically. This is where people
And you said
travel.
lawless at one point.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was really weird. It
Yeah,
was
'cause
like
that's when I
multiple
was-
different time periods,
That's when I was talking about the murder too, and I said, oh, you said lawless. And I said, oh, maybe it happened before, when this was a lawless town,
Right.
before there was anybody here, with any order or any authority.
Right.
And it happened before the house was built and there was somebody buried on the property. So I'm like, okay, maybe we can try to make contact and figure out who that is or what happened.
Yeah.
Because it might not have been a murder.
Right.
It could have been anything. This was native land. There could be people buried here from that.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe that's why they were burning down their log cabin.
Literally, yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's why they were doing it. It was like, hey, this is our burial land.
Right.
It's not like they were just going to have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
No,
maybe
it's true.
that's why that happened. But I think it'd be interesting to get upstairs because then it's a whole nother layer of the history. This is where the classroom was for the orphanage.
Yeah.
So let's go focus on the orphanage now. See if we can talk to any of the kids that grew up here.
Yeah, let's do it. See what we can find.
Let's do it. All right, guys, so we moved up to the attic. Now, this is where the classroom was when the orphanage was here. They still have the original chalkboard from the 1930s behind you, which is kind of crazy because you don't know what energy that holds.
Right.
So we're going to try some different things up here. We have spirit talker going, REM pods, millimeter, static dome. Just see if we can make contact with any of the boys from the orphanage.
Yeah.
And then we're going to move all the way back downstairs to the first floor. That's the thing. Each level has like different layers of history.
That's freaking out.
And that goes...
Bell tolls.
Church bell tolls. And that goes up to the tower.
Yeah.
Right up to the tower.
That's freaking out. That's maxed out.
Can you step away from that? Okay.
All right, then.
That's weird.
You got to think, though, during the orphanage days, the kids would probably love going up there.
Right.
Or at least, looking out the window.
Right, 100%. They're up here doing their classwork and stuff. I'm sure they went up there for breaks or whatever.
Right.
So this was, I mean, they spent a lot of their time up here
Yeah.
when it was the orphanage, so. Did you hear that?
Something back there.
Yeah, it was by the other stairs to get up here. I couldn't tell if it was footsteps.
Hello?
Can you make a noise for us?
That was like right on this pillar right here.
Yeah, it was literally right here. And that's not the floor creaking, because you can hear the floor creaking when
Right.
we move. My name is Steve, this is Dylan. We have some devices up here that make it easier for you to communicate with us. The ones with the red lights, all you have to do is get close to them. Wave your hand in front of them, touch the top of them. You can knock them over, it's okay. This device over here, on the chair, should be able to speak to us for you. You go up and you tell it what to say, and it repeats it to us. We're just here to talk to you. You're not in trouble. You don't have to leave. You don't have to be afraid of us.
It's pretty late for us. Not sure if it's the same time for you, but we're not trying to get you.
Follow us behind you.
Follow us behind you.
Didn't I say like follow me
You
or
said
follow us?
me. Yeah, you said follow me.
Where?
Behind you would be like over towards us. What just went off?
I don't think I didn't even hear anything.
I thought I heard a REM pod.
I didn't even hear anything, no.
Could be losing my mind, but I thought for sure I heard a REM pod. Where do you want us to go?
Where are we following you to?
It's the second time you've told us to follow you tonight. Well, behind you too is the chalkboard.
Yeah.
The original chalkboard from the 1930s. It's right over there.
Or could that even be residual energy of the tours here?
Trees.
Trees.
I love trees.
You want us to follow you to the trees? Outside?
Isn't that where like the Wendigos live?
Outside?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't
In the
live
trees.
inside. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was like a footstep.
Yeah.
That was a footstep 100%. It even sounded muffled on the carpet.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. It actually sounded like it was muffled on this carpet, like somebody was just walking right here. Did you just walk up here? Step on the carpet? We think we heard you. You can come towards us. It's okay.
That was over by the
Yeah, we're
staircase
going by
again.
stairs again. It just felt like someone touched my hand.
Really?
Dude, that was so weird. That was actually really bizarre. It got like tingly. It literally felt like that was, I don't
Like
even know.
static?
It was literally like tingly. Like I can't even point to it because I have my camera in my hand, but it was like right here. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Like right above that knuckle. It felt like just tingles, like when your hand falls asleep.
Yeah.
But it was just sitting here and it hit just like that and then it went away.
That's weird.
Dude, that was so bizarre.
Did you just touch Steve? Can you make a noise or set off one of these devices?
Help us.
Help us.
You said that during the S a handful of times too.
Like help me or help us?
You said help, help me, help us, help.
Why?
And then I feel someone touch my hand and it says help us.
So I wonder what happened here during the orphanage days.
Right. Did something bad happen? Did somebody get hurt? Did you reach out and touch me? It's okay, I'm not mad. You can do it again.
What was that?
What was that?
Oh, I just got the worst chills, dude.
Dude, that was like shh.
Yeah.
It sounded like somebody like either whispered or like shushed us almost.
Oh, dude, I have really bad. That was so weird.
That was up here.
Yeah. Oh, that was so weird.
That was 100% up here. I don't even know how to describe that noise.
No.
It was like shh, shh.
I can't even like think right now. I don't know what that was.
Dude, that was bizarre. There was definitely a voice.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell if it was like whispering something or if it literally was shushing us.
Right. That was so weird.
Are we bothering you? Or did you just try to say something?
Ava.
Ava. Is your name Ava? What is that?
That literally sounded like something moving the Christmas tree.
Yeah, like rustling on it.
Yeah. That's crazy. But you got to think though, what if the holidays weren't a happy time for them here?
Right, well, they were
So now they
orphans.
hate the holidays.
Right, they were
yeah.
orphans.
Go
Go
over
over
there.
there.
Over there by the tree.
I don't think I will.
Go
Why-
over there.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'll come over here a little bit. Why was there walking behind me?
I heard that. Yeah.
Dude, that was over here.
Yeah.
Dude, those footsteps were directly behind me.
It- all
Because
of
I'm
them.
over here, and you could hear the creaking over there.
Yeah.
It wasn't me, because look, nothing creaks
No.
over here.
That was directly behind you,
Those
though.
clear as day footsteps directly behind me. After it says,
Go over there.
well, it said behind you too. Follow us behind you.
Yeah.
We heard that weird voice,
The rustling in the tree over there.
and that it said tree. I forgot it
Oh
said
my
tree.
God. Yeah. I didn't even piece that together.
I forgot it said tree.
We're thinking the tree's outside.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, no, this tree.
This tree right here.
It makes a noise and it says go over there.
that's kind of crazy.
What is happening? Dude, that... So the voice, footsteps, something touched my hand. It says tree, noise by the tree. It says go over there, follow us right behind you. That's behind me. I
Again.
get touched. Help us.
I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. We're skeptical of phone apps, but this is just so
It's
spot on.
nonstop every time.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, put that all together, right?
Right.
We're standing up here. It says,
I scare people.
I scare people.
You scared us pretty good
you
right
surprised us a little bit, yeah. But you put that together, right? Like I'm standing here.
Mm-hmm.
It says, follow us behind you. Neither of us move because we're like, what does that mean? We can't
Yeah.
figure out why, like who behind who, what, whatever.
Right.
We hear the voice. We're like, oh, that's weird. It says, help us after I get my hand touched.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I get my hand touched, follow us behind you, right? Then we hear a noise behind me, the tree. It says tree, and then it says, go over there.
Yeah.
I go over there. What do I hear? Footsteps coming up behind me.
Then it says, I scare people.
Right.
All right.
All of that together is insane.
Can you move that tree again? Maybe you try to push it over?
What do you need help with? And now that's going off over by the stairs where we heard the voice.
Are there multiple people up here with us?
Dude, there's so many layers to the history, right? Like
Yeah.
it could be so many different people.
Right.
At
Over the
once.
course of almost
Right.
200 years.
Right.
Or more.
Right.
Because you got to think the land before this.
100%. Can you make a noise wherever you are? If you're on the stairs, can you step up? Behind me, can you make a noise with the tree again? Or if you want, you can open up the door to the tower. That would be pretty cool. That was behind
That was
you.
on the stairs.
Yeah, it was over that way.
Yeah. Can you set off the device? Right over by the staircase there?
I was wealthy.
I was wealthy.
Like he was, if this is Conrad.
Right.
Or it could be his wife.
That's one thing they were talking about though in the tour. Every time someone acquires this place, they become bankrupt.
I
And,
was wealthy.
yeah, was wealthy.
Yep. He lasted here 9 years,
Something like that,
and
yeah.
then he was bankrupt.
Yeah.
He said everybody else since then has lasted like 2 to 4 years.
2 to 4 years.
And he's about to be in year 3, and he goes, but I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. That's crazy. Did this house bankrupt you? You think this house is cursed somehow?
We hear you. We know you're up here. You're doing great. If you need us to help you with something,
We love talking.
We
good.
love talking.
Okay, you're doing great at it. And that's the other thing. They don't get it as much here as they do in a lot of locations,
Right.
right? Like he has ghost hunts here. There's people that come in and do it, but it's not all the time.
Right.
Where a lot of these locations, it is all the time.
Because this is still his house, too.
Right. The man lives here.
Yeah.
Which, super jealous. Like, it's an amazing house.
It's a dope house, yeah.
I want to live here.
I definitely live here. Is that why you stay here? Do you have fond memories of this place? Or do you feel obliged to stay here? You want to tell your story?
Well, 'cause that's what he was saying too. He doesn't believe anybody's like trapped here.
Right.
He said he thinks people stay here because they love it.
Yeah.
What do you need help with? Is there a message you want to get out?
That's what we're here for. We're trying to document your story, the history of this house.
Where'd you go?
Where'd you come from?
Not Joe.
That's so weird, though.
Can you just make a noise for us wherever you are? Knock on something, stomp your feet, say something. Like just the series of events.
Yeah.
Everything lining up like that was actually really, really crazy.
From the equipment to spirit talker,
physical touch,
noises.
spirit talker, everything. Yeah, noises. It all made sense.
Right.
That was crazy.
And then it all just stops.
Right, like that. It's like it stepped away for a second. Did you want us to follow you? Are you going downstairs?
There's like footsteps.
It's like movement on the stairs. Sounds like somebody's walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
Are you going downstairs? But I feel like, follow us.
Mm-hmm.
I need help. Behind you. I mean, you were saying follow us downstairs too. What if, when they said follow us, they meant downstairs?
Right.
Because I said, oh, we're going to go upstairs. Are you going to come with us?
They said follow us.
Right.
Like, we're going elsewhere.
Right behind you. I mean, they made the noise in the tree. They touched my hand. It's almost like they were grabbing my hand to like lead, you know what I mean? Like lead me to follow them.
Right. It's been weird.
But that's the thing, right? Like, so they would have had their classroom up here, but they would have used the whole house. They would have been everywhere. So it's like they could be on the first floor.
Right.
We were expecting the whole time to go downstairs on the first floor and talk to, LeBold.
Right.
The LeBold family. You know what I mean? But it could have been the orphanage.
Right.
It could have been these kids. The whole
That's
time.
what's so difficult. Could have been the Herseys from
Right.
the dugout. Could
Right.
have been literally
I died.
anybody.
I died. Okay.
Didn't I say that during S's too? Like dead?
Yeah, you kept saying I was dead.
Oh, well, all right.
But then you said dead, dead, dead. Like just, and then you said like a really deep voice said it. It's like,
The deep voice is weird too. Towards the end, it really started to come in.
right. I don't know. It's like up here, intelligence. The string of things that started this off,
Insane.
leading us somewhere, pulling my hand, behind you, follow us, tree, like everything just lined up perfectly.
Yeah.
And then we're hearing stuff over by the stairs and everything over here kind of stopped. So it's like, did they want us to follow them downstairs? Are they going downstairs?
Should go down and find out.
We'll go down, we'll do EVPs downstairs, we'll break out the equipment again. Maybe we'll break out Spirit Talker again because it's been working really good.
Yeah.
So we can do a little bit of both, EVPs and Spirit Talker, and see what we can get before we call it a night here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. All right, guys, we've been enjoying tonight's investigation here at the LeBold Mansion and all the crazy activity we've been experiencing. Do not forget to drop down below, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you're notified every single week we upload a brand new investigation. We've been going to some of the most haunted locations all across the US. You're not gonna wanna miss it. So make sure you subscribe. Now let's get back into the investigation.
All right, guys, so we moved downstairs. We're in the family room right now. We're gonna focus on EVPs and the Spirit Talker down here and just kind of move around the first floor here because there's a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, this is like I said, the family room. This piano behind you is supposed to be haunted. It moves on its own.
Yeah.
There's the women's parlor, there's the men's parlor, there's the dining room. So there's a lot of area to cover on this floor. We're gonna kind of, like you said, move throughout the rooms and do EVPs in different areas because they seem to get a lot of stuff down here.
Yeah. So,
And it seemed like whatever was upstairs might have wanted us to come down here.
right, this entire time.
Right.
So we'll see what we can encounter down here.
Let's do it. So my name's Steve. This is Dylan. We're just here to talk to you. If you haven't heard us tonight and you haven't been with us tonight, we mean you no harm. You're not in trouble. You don't have to leave. We're allowed to be here.
Thank you for respect.
Okay.
Thank you for respect.
You're welcome. Like I said, we do respect you. We respect the house. We respect its history.
We're very happy to be here and talk to you tonight.
If you haven't been with us, this device over here allows you to communicate with us. We also have other devices we're going to use in a minute, That should be able to record your voice. We can't always hear you and we can't always see you. Are you willing to talk to us and have a conversation before we leave?
Said break.
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 Do you need a break from us?
Feel like you guys have been here too long.
Well, I mean, again, they're not as used to it as a lot of locations. This isn't as frequent here.
So they could be like zapped for energy.
Right.
Or like,
They're
need a
not
break,
used to
man.
it. Right. I don't know, do we do EVPs? Jump into them? We're gonna try this device here that we have that records your voice. Makes it easier for you to communicate with us, okay? We're gonna give you the floor first. So we're gonna count to 3. And you come up and say whatever you want into these devices, okay? We're not gonna ask any questions. So if you have a message for us, if you want us to leave, tell us. This is your time. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. One, two, three. What was that?
Just noise out there.
It was in the other room.
Yeah.
That was loud.
It's like came from
That
over
was in
here.
the women's parlor or the men's parlor?
Couldn't tell. Definitely over here somewhere.
That was so loud.
Yeah.
Well, this. Yes, I can. Well, this was the room that the piano was in when it moved.
Right.
Scratched the floors and everything because it's when they were selling the house.
Yeah.
The real estate agent was in here.
She left for like a half hour.
Right. Came back and it had slid across the room and it was against the wall. The house was locked up.
Right.
It's kind of crazy. All right, let's play this back. See what we got. So something on there, but it's not clear, it's not loud.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's could be in a different area, different
Right.
room, and then we hear the noise over here.
It's like the dugout downstairs.
Right.
Though. It's like kind of faint. It's talking.
Right.
But
There's something there, it's just not up front and close.
yeah. I had a hard life.
Had a hard life. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
See. There's a whole lot.
It's literally just like a guy talking the
Yeah.
whole time.
Literally.
Play that again.
Yeah.
It's like 2 full sentences,
Yeah.
same voice.
That's
That's
so weird.
really weird. But I can't make it out.
It kind of sounds like the voice down from the Fallout
Right.
room, though.
Right. Similar tone.
Yeah. That's really bizarre.
Let's do some questions like right over here.
Yeah.
And we can see if we can get anything because it sounded like it might have been coming from this area.
Right.
And then we'll go from there. But
Yeah.
let's ask some questions. We're between the women's parlor and the men's parlor right now. This wasn't the original dining room. This was the men's parlor, and the women's parlor was over here. The dining room was through those doors. So let's ask some questions. I mean, this is where they would have spent a lot of time socializing with all of their guests.
Right.
So let's see if we can get them to talk to us. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Conrad, are you in here with us right now?
Can you see all the work they've done on the house to restore it?
What's
He's over there.
Who's over here?
Who owns this house now? Do you know his name?
One, two, three. He's over there.
Yeah.
After I said, is Conrad in here with us?
And I asked that same question again because I want to see if the intelligence is
Right.
up here is different,
Right.
you know?
Conrad, are you in here with us over there?
Yes.
Yes.
Conrad, are you in here with us over there? Who's over here?
So it sounds like yes,
Yeah.
which he's over here.
Right.
Conrad in here with us? Yes. So that's like somebody else is over there.
Right.
Conrad's over here.
But again, they're lining up with each other.
Right.
Just like upstairs.
Right, they're correlating.
It's interesting.
Conrad, you anything over there? Can you see all the work they've done on the house to restore it? He's over there. Who's over here? Who owns this house now? Do you know his name?
Can't make that out.
No.
There's like a few words there at the end.
Yeah.
So it's like, Conrad says yes.
Cemetery?
Somebody's buried here.
Right.
Maybe this was a cemetery for like the natives.
Yeah.
Maybe this is where they buried people.
Which again, that would explain why they kept burning the house down.
Like you can't build, and you can't, they're not gonna be able to communicate that.
Right.
Right? Like they're not gonna come up and just be like, hey man,
This is our land.
please do not build here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they do it once, they're like, hey, and then they build again, and they're
Right.
like, hey,
Stop doing
please
that.
stop doing that.
Right.
That's insane, actually. Because again, upstairs, you hinted at it maybe being before the house was here. That somebody was buried, but then you said the theater, so it could be still in the same area.
Right.
Same area of the house.
That's so weird.
I don't know what to make of it. Let's do some more questions.
Yeah.
I think what we do is we got a weirder voice over there, a little quieter over here. Let's
back
stand.
over there.
Let's stand like in the threshold here, right in the entryway, because that's right above the dugout as well. It's
true.
This is right above the oldest part of the house, so we're standing on where the original log houses would have been burnt down.
Right.
Right in that area. So
Yeah.
let's go do that.
Let's head over there.
All right, Conrad or whoever else is out here. We're gonna ask you a few more questions, okay? Right by the front door. Ready?
Yep.
Listen.
Listen.
Okay. We'll listen. You gonna make a noise? Is that a voice? Is that a voice? Is that a voice?
What is that?
What is that? What is that noise? Hold on. Shh. Shh. Now I don't hear it.
No. It's not like it was saying the same word over and
Yeah,
over.
it said listen, and it sounds like ba-bum, ba-bum.
Yeah.
Ba-bum, ba-bum. What could that have been?
No, I don't know.
That literally it was listen,
Yeah.
and then it was a voice repeating like the same thing.
Yeah. Like the same phrase or the same words
What
over and
is
over
that?
again.
What was that? That
That was sounded like the pocket door. You didn't hear that?
what?
Sound like,
No, I didn't even hear it.
not the rattle, but
What is
this.
What is going on right now?
There's a lot going on.
But again, we're being led everywhere.
Thumb screw?
What?
Thumb screw?
I don't know what a thumb is.
Beats me.
Doesn't sound good though. I have no idea what that was.
No.
I have no idea. Let's do our
Try this
UVs.
again?
Yeah. All right. It says listen, then we hear that voice saying the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
And then we go in there, it's gone.
That's so weird.
I don't know. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. What were you trying to tell us?
What town are we in?
One, two, three.
That's crazy timing.
That's a good timing. The quintessential old haunted house grandfather clock.
Yes. Vecna?
Believe us. Believe us. Maybe about the bodies?
Right.
Something being buried? I don't know.
That's so weird.
I really don't know. That's what it said, right? It said
That's
believe
been,
us?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, believe us.
That's been the theme all night though. Like help us, believe us.
Right.
Like what happened here during the
We
orphanage
like to
days?
talk. Like,
right.
Maybe they want more attention. Maybe they want more people to come in here.
Right.
I don't know.
It's weird.
What were you trying to tell us? What town are we in?
There's a clock. Again, there's responses.
Yeah.
There's responses. But it's not...
It lines up though, like they're trying to communicate,
Right.
but maybe they don't have the energy or they don't know how.
And it says, listen, like they're trying.
Believe us.
Right.
That's weird.
What were you trying to tell us?
There's something there. Play
What
that
were
one.
you trying to tell us?
Play it one more time.
What were you trying to tell us?
Honestly, something says, don't mess with us.
What were you trying to tell us?
That's crazy.
That scared the hell out of me. Just jumped out my boots. All right.
What were you trying to tell us?
Don't mess with us.
What town are we in?
It literally something says, don't mess with us.
That's weird.
I don't know. Like,
That was loud. Why is the suit moving?
that sounded like something hit that metal suit.
Yeah.
Dude, if that thing moves, I'm out of here.
Quintessential haunted house.
It literally sounded like something
Barber.
just hit that suit.
Yeah. That's like downstairs though, with the cans in the
Right.
door.
Interacting with stuff that's here
Right.
now that wouldn't have been here before.
Right.
So again, they're aware.
In the same
Right.
plane.
Right. Can you knock on that suit again? And that voice is gone.
Right.
We heard it when it says listen.
It was like 5-6
Yeah.
times in a
Bum,
row.
Bum, 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 bum. Can you knock on that metal suit one more time? We're not going to be here much longer. Or if you're out in the other rooms, can you make a noise out there for us? I think we do one more EVP session.
Yeah.
Try to, again, see if we can
Are
get...
you frightened?
Are you frightened?
No. Should we be? Because I scare people
Right.
upstairs. Should we be afraid? Let's do one more. Let's do one more EVP session.
Yeah.
Try to get some more intelligent responses, something clear, and then that'll be it. We'll call it a night. Let's go. Let's go into the men's parlor.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's go over there. We're gonna go in here, hang out in this room, and we'll do our last session here before we call it a night.
Let's do it.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. We're gonna be leaving soon, giving you your house back. Are you able to say good night or goodbye?
Do you want us to come back again and talk to you?
Can you tell us what year it is for you right now?
Are you attached to something in this house?
Is somebody buried on this property?
Can you see us?
Rituals here.
1, 2, 3. Rituals here?
Yeah. Sound like rituals?
Rituals here. I mean, who knows
Right.
what went on in this place?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's had a number of owners over there, a lot of owners. He said he's what, the 25th owner?
Yeah.
That's insane.
One of the previous owners like entirely stripped the house
Yeah,
too.
try to steal everything and sell it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right, let's put this back.
We're going to be leaving soon, giving you your house back. Are you able to say good night or goodbye?
Almost sounds like a whisper's good night.
Giving you your house back. Are you able to say good night or goodbye?
Good night.
Talk to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wants to come back again and talk to you.
Yes. Goodbye.
It almost sounds like he said it twice.
Yeah.
Talk to you. Can you tell us what year it is?
I don't know what that was.
It's like it's a full sentence.
Is somebody buried on this property? Can you see it?
Can't make it out. So it sounds like it says goodnight.
Yeah.
Twice.
Right.
I don't know. It's like, that's what I mean. Like it's clear.
Intelligent.
It's here.
Right.
It does answer, but everyone we can't make out every single one.
Right. Because I mean, regarding the person being buried here, maybe they don't know.
Right.
You know,
Could be a different time.
Could be before. Could be after it.
Right.
I don't know.
Whatever you need to do, you need your house back. Are you able to say goodnight or goodbye? Did you want us to come back again to talk to you? Can you tell us what year it is for you right now? Are you attached to something in this house? Is somebody buried on this property?
That was loud. That's a weird response. That's a weird. Someone buried on this property in a scream.
Yeah. And then can you see us? It was another loud
Yeah.
response. It wasn't too clear.
No.
Well, I don't
That's
know.
weird. But so I get goodnight, and then mine fades off. Right. Like nothing super clear after that.
Right.
You get only the response you get is a scream when is somebody buried on the property.
Right. Could be different timelines though.
Dude, this house is weird, man.
Yeah.
They say it inspired the Addams Family house. I can see that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's super bizarre. It's strange. It's definitely haunted.
It's creepy and it's kooky.
It is. I don't know the rest of
Altogether
it.
spooky.
There you go. I haven't seen that. I don't think ever. So, yeah, it's
did you just say?
It's a weird house. It's definitely haunted. There's activity on every floor, and there's different activity on every floor.
Yeah. So much history behind it.
Right. It seemed like upstairs was the most like interactive, touching you. You know, the equipment going off, the footsteps, like the voice we heard upstairs was bizarre.
The tree.
But then we come downstairs and we hear the voice over. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff here. It's like I think still trying to get its feel for interacting with the investigators.
Right.
Bizarre thing. But we'll have to come back here. Let's wrap this up. Let's get on the road and get to the next spot. But let's call it a night.
It's about that time.
All right, guys, with that, it is a wrap here at the LeBold Mansion. What a strange night.
The activity at this place was absolutely insane, from the poltergeist activity, EVPs, disembodied voices and footsteps, and all the device interaction as well.
Yeah, they're intelligent. They're on every floor. I think there's different layers to each floor. I think they kind of commingle with each other.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're getting used to investigators coming in the more and more they do it, but they're still a little bit standoffish.
Yeah, I think we need to come back here after a few more teams have been through here and maybe they're a little bit more used to it, but this place definitely has some crazy activity and we need to come back here at some point.
It's an amazing home. They've done amazing work restoring it. We're going to plug all their stuff down below, guys. Come take a tour, check it out. They do offer ghost hunts here, but it's an amazing location we definitely want to come back to.
Yep, I think it's about that time. Get back on the road and see what the next location has to offer.
Let's do it.